We're back.
Finger snaps.
Are we just doing a highlight reel of all of our old episodes?
We're doing a highlight reel of how cool we can yell right now.
Tap your knees.
Hey guys,
Stop the floor.
what do we want?
Low-flying airplane noises.
And when do we want it?
That was just for y'all. Just for y'all listening.
Just for y'all. Hey, where's the North Carolina came out today?
That was just for y'all.
That was just for y'all.
Yeah, I think
GSI normally doesn't have North Carolina.
it's a special day. And you know why it's a special day?
Because we woke up to snow.
Season 9 of Bus Banter.
That's awesome.
We have outlasted the show Lost. We have now
true.
made more seasons than they have. Success.
That's a good point.
How many episodes? How many episodes did we have in season 8?
Oh, I don't think we had any.
Maybe a quarter?
I don't even know what season we're on.
A quarter counts as just the thought of doing Bus Banter.
Yeah, we're literally just counting the seasons as they pass. Is that not the right?
There have been several seasons since the last episode.
And
We're about to be on the second season of the year.
Yeah. 2 winters, 2 summers.
Yeah, absolutely. For
a couple
sure.
falls, a few springs.
Yep.
Yeah.
9 seasons.
Yes. Speaking of a few springs, my mattress has been getting really worn down, and we just got a latex mattress topper at my house, and it's awesome.
I thought you were about to like GoFundMe or something here.
I really need y'all's
Get my
help.
family a new mattress.
Yeah. I sleep.
You inspired me, actually. I went on Amazon and ordered myself a mattress topper.
Did you?
I think it was like more like a memory foam one, not a latex one, but
they're great.
It had great reviews, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna up my bedroom game as well.
Amazon reviews are a hallmark of our generation.
How much is a mattress topper?
I'm not done.
Oh,
Mine was $45.
Back in the day,
so people can know your rock star budget.
Yeah.
45
but I'm still sleeping on a full size mattress.
Okay, that's a good point. I was gonna say ours is a queen, and we splurged a little bit, but my wife has a great system for. She sells things on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and she uses those funds to cover new purchases, such as our mattress topper. But I think that was actually a birthday gift for us. It was $200.
Nice work.
So
Rockstar budget.
Yes, I know. But anyway, Amazon reviews. Back in the day, you just had to ask your friend, "Hey, what shoes are good?" You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Oh, Nike.
yeah, you like those Nike shoes? Should I get some of those? You could trust. You asked one person, and if one person said they were good, maybe you would get them. Now you can go on Amazon and read thousands of people's thoughts on anything.
And what's crazy is those reviews actually ruin a lot of things for me, because there's a lot of 5-star stuff,
right?
Like, that I will see those like 3 like 1-star deal, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm totally skeptical."
Yeah,
now.
you might get the bad one.
Yeah, I might get the bad one. So
I love Amazon.
And who knows how many of those reviews are bought.
I've always wondered that, if it's like the companies that go on there, or like have people
competitors, like competitors. Well,
that
both
like,
ways.
Yeah, both ways. Like, do they have people on the inside that write good reviews on purpose?
I like to think that if we can think of something that is possible, that it is happening. So I think that it's happening.
What's the crappiest things you've bought off of Amazon? Like instant crap.
Actually, it has to do with this podcast, because these little headphone adapters,
they're awful.
I bought like a 5-pack, and this is the only one that is not broken, and it's not even been a year.
Well, you can buy them from Guitar Center, and they still suck.
They all suck. It's just a bad product in general.
Someone make a good 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch adapter, please.
Please.
The crappiest thing I ever bought was when I started driving Uber when I lived in Nashville. I got a USB cord that fit every single kind of phone that you could think of. So it was like one plug-in, but it had like 6 different charging things.
Cool.
It worked for 2 days. And
How many phones did you get to charge in those 2 days?
none, because I was like, I was on my own phone, but I did leave a bad review on Amazon, and the company contacted me and was like, "Can we send you another one free of charge?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, I might change my review, like if I get another one, maybe that was defective. Got the new one, piece of crap still, and I left my review.
If you did like it, would you be able to delete your old review? Can you delete your old review?
You can
Yeah,
edit
you can
it or
update
delete it.
You can
Yeah.
edit it or delete it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Because sometimes you'll see some where it's
didn't know
like
that.
someone leaves a horrible review, and then the top paragraph they'll say edit after
blah,
getting
blah.
a new one. I can now say that my first one was just defective, and now it's a good product.
Yeah.
Because if
Okay.
you leave a bad review on Amazon, most companies will contact you because they don't want that bad review, and they'll be like, "Can we send you a new product?" So it's always actually helpful to review.
That's a great point.
If you hate it.
I tend to not feel like leaving bad reviews for anything because I'm like, oh, I've already wasted my time with this product. Why would I go?
And because you love Jesus.
And because, brotherly affection for that company. But that's a good point, Joe.
Why is
like
it
your
whenever
thinking.
you said that I like to think that if I could think that it's possible, that it is possible, and that my mind, the only thing that I could even possibly think of at that moment was lightsaber fighting on top of the bus while we're going down the road? Why is that what came into my mind?
Well,
I just thought it, and it's possible. Why hasn't it been done?
that's a great question.
It's probably because you're fresh off of watching Star Wars last night.
Well, okay, but see, when we get moving down the road, let's a couple of us climb on top, and then video it. We'll be lightsaber fighting on top of the bus.
It would be sweet to have a ladder that goes up right here, and then like a fireman's pole that comes back down.
Yeah. It's actually probably a good thing that we don't have fire exits on the top of this bus.
Well, the
Because we
old
use
one,
them for other stuff.
the old bus I've told, I think I've podcast told about. It had the fire exits on the top, and we would do food fights on
Food
the
fight.
inside. Yes.
I was going to say, if that's possible, a lightsaber fight is less risky, honestly.
No, yeah, for
and
sure.
it's a lot more friendly to the global, hunger issue.
It's less
Now,
wasteful.
Less wasteful.
Confession, I have lightsaber fought on top of the bus before.
Is that true?
It's true. It just wasn't going down the road.
Well, that's still
So,
pretty cool.
when
When was
have you
this?
seen Teen Wolf? When he does the van surfing on top of the van?
Yes.
That's what we want to do. We got to do that.
I mean, with
I'll gladly videotape from
the current part of the
road.
country we're in would probably not be conducive. It would probably be one of the worst
Down
choices.
a mountain.
Yeah, what was I say?
Let's bus surf down a mountain.
We're currently in Elko, Nevada. There's snow everywhere. There's mountains everywhere. And Spoken, actually, the band that we're on tour with, got stuck at the top of a mountain yesterday, correct?
Are they
Yeah,
out now?
Donner Pass.
Did they
Yeah,
ever-
they were driving in it. They kept doing live videos on Instagram, and the last one they did, Matt was actually driving, and so I assume they got down the mountain.
Okay.
We should probably text them and make sure they're all right.
We'll see tomorrow if they're at the show or not. For some context, we're on City Rock Fest tour for the 4th year in a row. Is that right?
Fourth year.
City Rock Fest 2018, featuring 7 Day Slumber, Disciple, Wolves at the Gate, Spoken, and The Protest. And then there's a couple other bands going to join on in the next half. As We Ascend, it'll be our first time touring with them, which is cool. And Random Hero as well, who we are
So who
old
drops
buddies
off
with.
when they come out?
The Protest is giving up for As We Ascend, and then when Wolves leaves, Random Hero comes on. So it's a great time, a lot of great bands. We have plenty of dates left, and one of the best things we're doing is our VIP upgrade. And it has been getting
Pause for applause.
it's been getting glowing reviews, universal acclaim, I would say.
Very universal.
So
The universe is very excited.
if you're interested in sitting on this very bus that we're sitting on, hearing
banter with us.
hearing some new Disciple demos, maybe hearing some acoustic songs, getting a lanyard and a poster.
Definitely a demo, but possibly demos.
Yes.
For those of you
Demonstrations.
familiar with the English language, that
Mention
is
this
plural.
ad and hear a free demo.
That's good. No, it's a lot of fun, and if you're interested in that, then you can go send an email to lltrvip@gmail.com. Enunciation.
And check our Facebook. Recent posts
Yes.
have available dates.
If
and
you have the
everything,
most current Facebook, if it's been delivered to your doorstep yet, with the yellow pages, you get the Facebook,
Yep.
So if you have the newest one, then you can see our ad in it. And what else is going on, guys? Since the last time we casted podcast. Podcast.
When was the last time? Was that before Christmas?
Oh yeah.
Definitely before
Wow.
any kind of holiday that we would be able to remember.
We've celebrated our Valentine's, our Lord and Savior's birth. We've been thankful.
Arbor Day,
Yeah.
Arbor Day, birth of my child.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
President's Day, the most important one of all of them.
So this is more like a dad cast.
Ooh, it's half dads now, for sure.
That's right.
Half
We're
dads.
we're growing in numbers. Yeah, I had a baby, and it's pretty cool. And
About shouted something that would get edited out.
Oh,
thank you for saving me the work.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Still got it. So, since you have broken the news on this mainstream platform about you having a baby, I wanted to just make sure that we get this down the right channels to alert the scientific community immediately and make sure they know that you are the first man to have a baby in at least 5 years.
Well, and definitely the first to have a baby and then go on tour the following week. I mean, that's unprecedented.
Dude.
Did Schwarzenegger do a
you're a
tour
champ.
for Junior when it came out?
He might have done a signing of some sort of tour. Yeah, that's a good. I'll look into that. Or actually, our production team will look into that. Guys, can you do that? Thanks.
Look up
It's
the
not a
stats for
tour
us.
bus.
Yeah. What else is going on, guys? Joey.
Dude, we're cut from the same cloth because as soon as we had Avery came out on the bus for a while.
Nice. Right away.
Evelyn, yeah, right away. She was on the bus for 3 weeks actually.
Wow.
Right after she was born, and then
That's amazing.
Evelyn came out right after.
Yeah, she came out for our New Year's Eve show. That was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Well, it was fun, but it was
frigid.
also very strange. It was very
Oh
strange.
my gosh, it was so cold.
So it was a strange set of shows.
Yeah.
We had to play acoustic.
It was the weather's fault.
Yeah,
For sure.
and then no one came. It was
it's
fun.
the weather's fault. There
yeah.
was
No,
there
it has
was-
nothing to do with anything.
But shout out to Silver Dollar City
Yes.
in Branson, Missouri for bringing us in. You guys
Yes.
are amazing.
Nobody wants to go to an amusement park when it's 10 degrees outside.
It's unamusing. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
unamusing.
It's very unamusing.
What were you about to say? You said my name.
Yeah, Joey.
Said his name. He's talking about Joey. Gonna tell a story. That's why he
Ooh.
said his name.
That was impressive.
I was gonna say that Joey is threatening Drew's mantle of hockey fanhood.
Am I?
Joey's been like
I don't know,
on
man.
the
He
ball
actually
or puck,
roots
I should
for-
say.
Yeah.
Cheers for 3 different teams.
Well, that's true.
I mean, why not?
Drew.
One team just wasn't enough.
Drew knows way more like hockey players, like names
History.
and stats and all that. The history.
The
I'm just.
way the game is played.
I
Offense, defense.
don't know that much, but ask me anything.
But I have become like. I mean, I am full-fledged Predators
Yep.
till the day I die.
You might not want to. Here's what I won't do: is I won't just cut out you saying that you're a full-fledged predator and make that and make that a soundbite.
Oh Lord.
You will cut out the part where you said you wouldn't do it.
And I won't cut out that part where I said I wouldn't do it either.
You should probably cut out the part where Andrew earlier said he's the most humble guy that he knows.
Oh, I'll cut that out for sure.
You should just cut out everything
Please.
we've said so far.
That's an amazing running joke we could have, Just, I'll edit out later the thing, because anyone that hears it, how are they going to know?
Yeah, that's a great point.
I didn't realize that I was getting to that level.
Well, you're
Or-
just
you're
you've
very
like
excited. You
you're
keep up.
you're keeping up with the games. You're telling us the scores. You're
Yeah.
telling us what's up, and I really appreciate it
Yeah.
personally.
It's kind of like I've adopted it, kind of like college football, because really college football is the only sport I've super cared about.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's prove your point.
Okay.
Because see, I think Joey is on the rise. He's like Captain D's. All right. He's on the rise.
Hey
Plays
man,
with
it's
fish
Captain
sticks.
D's on the
But
rise.
hey, we're all here Nashville Predators fans.
Yes.
Okay. Which one of us can name the most
Players.
players on the team? All
It's
right.
gonna be hard to do because we'll all take the obvious ones first, but
Yeah, so I think that I would definitely lose this one.
I think.
So we got.
See, I think I would lose.
You think you
Okay.
lose?
Is it you have to know the first and last name?
First of all, let's say if
That's
you
the hard
would
part.
name the person, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike Fisher, we all would name that
Yes.
one.
Yep.
We got that.
Johansson.
PK Subban,
Ryan Johansson, PK Subban,
Victor Arvidsson,
Victor Arvidsson,
Pekarine.
Pecorine. You've got
Saros.
What's his first name though?
Yossi,
Oh, there he is.
Yossi
Yossi
Saros,
Saros,
Nick Bonino.
Nick Bonino,
Ryan Hartman,
Oh, Kevin Fiala.
Kevin Fiala,
Mike Hartnell,
Yep.
Scott
Is it
Hartnell.
Scott? Okay.
Shoot.
Isn't there Hartman too? Is he on
said
ours?
that one.
Oh, you just said that. Sorry. Everyone's
Callie,
loving this
Callie
right now.
Yarncroke,
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. Roman Yossi.
Roman Yossi.
Oh,
yeah. How
crap.
could you forget Roman
How could I
Yossi?
forget Josie? Yeah, I know. He's me.
It's you.
Hold on. Wait. Watson.
Austin Watson.
Austin Watson.
Nice.
Austin Watson.
Ellis. Mark Ellis. Is that?
No.
What's it?
Mark. Is it Mark Ellis?
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis.
Oh,
Come on,
dang
guys.
it. Okay. There's also another F.
Peter
one.
Laviolette. General
Laviolette.
Okay,
General
all right.
manager is
Poyle. David Poyle.
David Poyle.
Yep. 17.
The mascot is Nash.
Nash. That's 18.
Um,
It's 18.
The Ice Girls are the Predators girls.
Wait a second.
There's
The
Crazy
girls are the
Kyle.
Predators?
Crazy Kyle is the organist at the game.
Crazy Kyle.
Crazy Kyle.
Straight up.
Is he an organ donor?
Some would say.
Or does he get paid?
That's why I like the Predators games, is because they're fully organic.
How many
organic.
players are we missing, Drew?
Oh, plenty.
Well,
Wait, you
sir.
said we
Several.
named 17?
You've got Matthias Ekholm, you didn't say.
Oh my
Ekholm.
gosh.
You got Yannick Weber.
Oh my gosh.
See, I'm nowhere near the mantle.
You got
Forsberg, Philip Forsberg,
Oh my
guys.
gosh.
The
Come
best
on.
player on the
My
team.
favorite player.
the big boy.
What are we
Philippe.
doing? Why are we even fans?
But yeah, I think you guys got the bulk of the team. That was very impressive.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Philip Forsberg would be very disappointed in us.
Yeah.
He'd basically just revoke our fan card.
I really hope that
Yeah.
if he's a fan of this podcast, he does not listen to this episode.
Stop getting hurt.
May the Forsberg with you.
But they're only, what,
Eh.
a point or two behind Tampa Bay right now for first place in the NHL?
They were 2 points behind or tied with a game in hand last night.
Nice.
Let's see.
So it's a good year for us Preds fans. Last year we got
Yep.
to the Stanley Cup Finals, obviously, and that was fun.
Oh,
and
I have not told my Stanley Cup ticket
oh,
story.
you gotta tell this story. It's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so last year, there's a gas station chain in Nashville called Twice Daily. They're just all over Nashville, and during the regular season, they sponsor this thing that the day of game they set aside 100 tickets that you can buy when the box office opens for $15.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. So during the Stanley Cup, instead of them offering those tickets for that price, because that would be ridiculous, they run a Twitter contest where you have to put on Predators gear, go into a Twice Daily gas station, and take a selfie like an idiot in front of all these people who are
Yep.
like, why are you
All these
walking into
people
this
who
gas
are-
station to take
Yeah.
a selfie? And so I did this and entered the contest on Twitter, which is my Twitter I don't use.
Right. You didn't even have the app, I don't think, at the time. You deleted it off your
I didn't
phone.
have that. I don't have that. Like, I do have a Twitter account, but it just updates from my Facebook account. So
Right.
if any of you respond to me on Twitter, I don't see it.
Right.
I don't use it. It's just updating whatever. So I re-downloaded Twitter to enter this contest to win 2 tickets to the Stanley Cup. And I did it, and I read the rules, and I must have misunderstood because they were drawing winners for the next home game, which I think was, what was that, game 3 or game 4?
Yeah.
That was at the
I
Predators.
think it was 4.
3
It
and
was
4.
3 and 4. So it was one of those that I entered for, and I understood the rules to say if you win tickets, we will send
Alert you, yeah.
send you a direct message tonight by midnight, and if not, better luck next time.
Right.
Whatnot. What I did not know is that they were going to continue this contest as the Stanley Cup continued.
And
For game
count
6.
all the entries as
All
you
the
know,
entries,
right.
yes. So I did not know this, and we make it to game 6. And I had just deleted Twitter off my phone because I was like, I didn't win.
Right,
So,
and you weren't using Twitter. Yeah.
And so Game 6, me, Josiah, and Andrew decided, hey, we're going to go downtown and watch the game with everybody.
Yeah, because they blocked off the streets on Broadway in Nashville. It was incredible.
It was also CMA week, so
Yeah, CMA
so
week.
Luke Bryant was on the Tootsie's roof right there.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to see
Planned.
Luke Bryan play.
It was really cool.
You know, he's got great songs about stuff.
About a truck and a girl and
It was
a
just
river or something.
It was just a great Nashville unifying event.
So we
And-
decided to go to this game,
Yeah.
and we did, and watched it on the Jumbotron. Unfortunately, our Predators fell, and
Right. So Game 6 ended up being the
Yeah.
final game.
it
Now,
ended
which
up being
one
the
would you
final
rather
game.
done? Go with your bros, or
Well,
Well,
wait,
he hasn't gotten to the punchline yet. Go on.
Okay, so
if only my face could.
what I did about 2 months later, maybe a month later, I re-downloaded Twitter because the Disciple account needed something done to it, and I was like, I'll do it. So I re-downloaded the Twitter app, did what I needed to do on the Disciple page, and I was like, I'll flip over to mine and see if there's something that somebody said or sent me in the message that I may have missed. And I missed one of the greatest things I've ever won, and there was a message in my inbox from the Nashville Predators saying, congratulations, you have won 2 tickets to the Stanley Cup Game 6.
Game 6.
We need you to come to the box office to sign tax forms because of the value of your tickets, which means
They were worth a lot.
they were worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I like contemplated for a second. I was like, should I admit this to my band? Should I admit this to anyone?
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to take a screenshot and send it to him.
Yep.
Because I was like literally had my head hung in shame, and I sent him the thing, and I was like, guys, I had tickets to the Stanley Cup.
Waiting
and
on you.
Waiting on me. And we were literally, where we sat on the road was not that far from the box office.
You could have just gone
You know?
right then.
Like,
It's
there
probably
was-
like 100 yards or less from
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the other side of the wall.
Yeah. But what Kevin just asked, though, I did think about it afterwards, and I was like, I had so much more fun getting to go with Josiah and Andrew, sit down on the road, all the food trucks,
Yeah.
really enjoy like the atmosphere, because it was insane.
It
on
was a
Broadway
very good
that night.
time.
I don't know that there's any other hockey town that would celebrate a Stanley Cup game like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
maybe
huge.
Pittsburgh.
It was huge.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the every city has people outside like that, but the fact that it was CMA week and
It was also the Predators' first Stanley Cup.
right, so like Nashville's totally happening right now on all levels. So I don't think there's any other scenario in another city that
Yeah.
would have brought that many people downtown at the same time.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So this just in, authentication is a word. Number 1, number 2, Preds are tied with Tampa Bay at 100 points.
Ooh.
Nice.
There we go.
Best team in the league.
Nice.
Best
But-
team in the league as of today.
But to answer your question, I have thought about like what would I have done had I known I had tickets, and I think I can honestly say that had I known that us 3 were going to go downtown, I would have sold those puppies. And
That's a pretty good
I believe-
idea.
I would have bought them.
Totally believe
I would have been like, hey, all the food and everything is on me tonight
because you won tickets.
I just got $1 million off of these tickets.
Dude, I would
How
have.
could you not sell those? Yeah, I mean,
Listen, I would have
I
made the
would've
decision
sold 'em.
easy for you. I would have just taken the tickets, and me and Andrew would have gone to the game.
Park the car, Joey.
Oh my god.
All right, so before we change gears off of sports,
Yeah.
I want to just one more sports conversation.
Okay.
Joey and I are both Tennessee football fans, but I'm also a Tennessee basketball fan.
You prefer
And,
tennis footballs and, basketballs that
and-
are manufactured in Tennessee.
Well, me and Joey and Andrew, we all cheer for Tennessee, you know, regardless of.
I watch
the-
tennis whenever I see it too.
Exactly. So this is probably Tennessee basketball's best season since 2008, when they went to the Elite Eight, I think, in 2008 with Bruce Pearl as head coach. They won the SEC regular season. They made it to the SEC tournament final, lost to Kentucky, and now they are the highest seeded SEC team in the NCAA tournament and play tomorrow. So by the time this podcast airs, the game will have already played. So I'm hoping that Tennessee did not lose number 3 Tennessee to number 14 Wright State, which I've never even heard of. Wright State. I don't even know.
Is that who they play tonight?
They play
that's
tomorrow.
I think they are the neighboring state of Left State.
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's right.
So they're ranked number 4
51st.
Number
State?
3. So the way the NCAA tournament goes is there's 64 teams.
Right.
So there's 4 brackets, and in each bracket there'll be a 1 through 16 in each bracket. So in their particular bracket, they're seeded number 3, which is the highest seeding Tennessee has ever got, as far as I know. I don't know that they've ever been seeded higher than that in the NCAA tournament.
Aren't
Did you
the
fill out the
seats
bracket?
that are up high
I'm gonna fill one out.
bad?
Huh?
Aren't the high seats cheap and bad though?
That's true.
I thought
True.
you wanted low seats.
So true. So supposedly you get, an easier team when you're a high seed. You get to play the low seed first, like they're playing number 14 Wright State. But according to the record, according to the scouting, that they're pretty similar. So who knows?
Do you think the better seeding has been due to the growth in Tennessee farming over the past?
They have a great agricultural
Yeah,
program
the
at the
seeds are
University
just
of Tennessee.
being sown in greater numbers.
You can
I think.
literally drive by the University of Tennessee and smell their agricultural program.
It's no.
Don't choke. You okay?
Good.
Hey, I don't think it's a coincidence that they're really good now that the athletic director has changed.
I know. Big Phil Fulmer. We love Phil.
It's really nice that they're all not getting paid as well.
Especially by Adidas anymore.
Right.
I got to meet Phil one time. He spoke at my cousin's wedding, and it was when Avery was first born. And Phil's wife held my baby for about 15 minutes. I was very
15 minutes.
Yeah, I was starstruck.
Wow.
I know. I was like, give her back.
I know that's like amazing.
Are you gonna take her? But I was kind of like, my baby was like taking her necklace, which was probably worth more than my house, and was like pulling on it. I was like, oh no, don't!
Oh my gosh, you're clipping.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was freaking out because I thought she's gonna break this amazing necklace.
You're right.
I'm gonna be totally.
You're gonna be.
Oh, dude, embarrassed and
Oh my
all
gosh.
this other thing.
That's good. You get blacklisted from all Tennessee games.
That's right.
Speaking of the Tennessee agricultural program, I recently visited the director of this
I
program.
just watch your face as you deliver the lines, and that's why I wish this was on video sometimes because he's
I recently
him
visit-
delivering it is just as funny as him saying it.
I recently visited the director of this program, and I said, I heard a bunch of good things about your agricultural program. He said, oh, that's the older one. Let me show you manure one.
Oh my God, that's a new laugh for me. What just happened? I didn't even recognize my own laugh. Wow.
The environment was very fertile for that joke. It was. We were ready.
That's the older one.
Yeah. Very good.
Oh,
Very good.
this is my newer one.
I hate manure. Back to the Future.
Hey, what was that you told me the other day about Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know this, but what do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
I don't know, Josiah. What? Yeah.
Same middle name.
Yeah.
Now, guys,
Yes.
we just have to sit here and imagine the cacophony of laughter that is happening on the other end of this podcast with all the listeners who are just crashing their cars.
Pause for cacophony.
Yeah. Let's take a moment so they can all laugh.
If you really did just get in a car accident, Disciple claims no responsibility for your...
But we have great lawyers, so
know what-
come
you
at
know-
us.
You know what I heard?
What do you hear?
The only thing that flat earthers fear is fear itself.
Sphere.
Oh,
It's very good. It's very good. It got me last night.
They just
Geometry
double wrecked their
joke.
car.
Double red.
Oh, shred it.
Shred it. I thought you heard when you said, you know what I heard? I thought you were going to say sheep or goats or cows or some other things that you had heard.
Yeah. Some people heard cats.
Do they herd cats?
There are cat herders.
cat herders?
I've heard of them.
Can you herd coyotes?
You gotta be kidding
Now that
me
would
right
be
now.
You gotta,
out,
you gotta
out
kill
here.
them coyotes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
well,
an amazing coyote story last
Yeah.
night.
Who told us that? Was it
Joey.
Was it you? Tell us that story about the South Carolina coyote situation.
Oh, yeah. In South Carolina, currently, they are offering, if I read this correctly, I'm not a hunter or a fisher, but they have basically the Wildlife Commission or whatever they call it down there has put out a thing because the coyotes are so bad that if you kill tagged coyotes, I don't know what that means, you get a free hunting and fishing license for life. So they have basically taken all these, like given the incentive to all these rednecks who, like to shoot stuff, and most of these guys shoot it and then they eat it. But now they've given them a green light to shoot something without having to dispose of it properly.
Right.
And so it's game on for the old coyote hunting.
So for all the vegans that are vegans because of spiritual reasons and moral reasons or whatever, they are instantly going to not be disciple fans anymore, because I'm not a hunter or a fisherman as well, but because every time I kill something, I have this moral dilemma of I feel like I'm going to have to eat it. But you put out there that it's okay now for me to kill a coyote and just walk away.
Well, it's like you're doing good for the world when you're doing that.
I mean, what are you doing this weekend, guys? Let's go.
Of course, I don't know what they do with them afterwards, because I'm sure you have to bring in the coyote to prove that you killed it.
Sure, I think they're making a giant pile in the middle of downtown as a warning, to other coyotes.
Coyotes beware.
All the opposing teams are going to the Arizona Coyote Stadium and piling them up in front of the parking lot,
mailing them to Glendale. Just, you guys do something with these.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
The Phoenix Cardinals. Has a Cardinal ever even been to the state of Arizona?
I know the story of that.
Oh.
And the answer is no, but what happened was, you know how Louisville has the same Cardinal logo and stuff, so they had the St. Louis Cardinals.
No, I know that. I know how
baseball
they got to Arizona.
and football. So
but they didn't change the
it.
Houston Oilers go to Tennessee and they become the Tennessee Titans. The the Baltimore Colts go to Indianapolis, and then Baltimore starts a new team, so they become Baltimore Ravens. So yeah, so Arizona, nary has there been a Cardinal to the state of Arizona.
It must be expensive to do that, maybe, or something, or maybe you risk. Well, see, there's no risk though. What's the deal?
No risk.
Yeah.
And you could have come up with a better...
There's so many great things.
You could have come up with a better mascot than the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. The Cactus Men.
the Deserters.
The Dirt Bags.
the Sandy Eyes. The Sunburn.
The God-sized hairdryer.
That's one of those hip, universal, singular names.
That's right.
It's so hot, nobody wants to live here in our state.
That's true.
Mascot. I don't know what
the dry heat.
The dry heat.
Oh, the Arizona dry heat. That's awesome.
Which they would beat the Miami Heat every time.
Every time.
Especially because Miami Heat play basketball.
That's a good point. Oh, man.
His face. That's so...
I know.
The delivery.
We also watched Star Wars: The Last Jedi last night.
How
we
was
did.
it?
Joey did not watch it with us, but I had not seen it yet.
Oh, we can't. We
can't spoil it. No, I'm not.
We can't spoil it for other people in here too. Okay.
I'm saying we're trying not to spoil it right now, but I'm just telling you, we watched it and it's pretty good.
Was it better than The Force Awakens?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Cool. Andrew's also in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Josh O'Connell would say it was.
Josh O'Connell
He loved
that
it,
movie
loved it.
more than being alive.
I'm surprised you did not wake up. He was up here screaming for every 5 minutes.
Andrew filled me in on the whole entire story.
Oh, so cool! He's gonna die!
Oh no!
How in the world did you guys watch a movie with someone doing that?
I wish I had yelled at him sooner, but about 2 hours in, I was like, Josh, shut up!
It took you 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally looked at him and said...
It was him and someone else too.
Right.
And I said something early on in the movie, but it didn't
land.
It didn't land. I was all right, you guys need to stop talking because y'all making people miss the movie.
Full parental guidance mode, and they didn't
I was like,
you didn't use your dad voice.
Well, I was actually like dad, warning.
Right.
You know, that's the dad warning.
Yeah, it was.
Josiah used his dad voice.
He sure did.
It was taking the rest of us out of the movie, but he was just plunging deeper and deeper into a galaxy far, far away, which was, you know, fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like as his friend, but it made the movie harder.
My entire life, I've only gotten to see a Star Wars movie for the first time 9 times in my whole life, and that was the 9th time so far. So it's like,
It's like, shut up.
yeah.
Hey, we watched another great movie recently called Get Out.
Oh, that
Bro,
movie.
I don't care. I don't care to ruin some of that for people. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, you can't even. I feel like you can't even ruin it because there's so much that messes with your brain.
Yeah.
That it's not like some movies where like there's one twist, you know, like the whole movie is twists.
If you like a good thriller movie,
Yes.
please go watch it.
It's not really
amazing.
a horror movie. It's
So
just a good
basically,
thriller.
after the Oscars, we went through iTunes and started watching the previews for all of the Oscar-nominated movies or whatever. We watched the preview for several of them.
That looked great.
Shape
yeah.
of Water, all these other things.
3 Billboards.
Three
Still
Billboards.
Darkest
And
Hour.
we do want to see that Darkest Hour, and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, but we weren't stoked. We watched the preview for Get Out, and we were like, buy it
Right now. Yep.
And we knew from the preview it was going to be amazing, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah.
It was.
I've been thinking about it ever since. Like it's just that kind of movie. So I highly recommend it. You're good.
Probably the most original screenplay I can think of, and obviously it won for best original screenplay at the Oscars, which is great. It was kind of like when I saw Crash, I felt like that too. That was like, oh, there's never been a movie like this.
I know that what I'm about to say is pretty, you know, whatever, but it's like as time goes on, it gets harder and harder to be more original because there's more
absolutely.
ideas and content.
That's with any media. Yeah.
It's obvious that that's a true statement. But like to literally have come up with some kind of idea that we've never even contemplated.
Right.
You know, that just it
wasn't just the plot points itself, but it was the way they were presented and like the way they showed things was like all original too. So it on
really
all
was.
fronts. I highly recommend it. It's that way with music too, which is funny. Like people sometimes ask us at the Q&As, like, how do you come up with new ideas for songs, and how do you like, you know, keep writing music after making however many
we
albums?
just learn Metallica songs and then play them backwards.
Well, there's a funny story about kind of that with Underdog Fight Song. I think you probably told it before, but
Yeah, if we want to take a sidebar, Underdog Fight Song, the demo is called Slayer, because the idea was every time you search Disciple on YouTube or whatever, there's a Slayer song called Disciple that comes up, and Slayer's a fairly negative band, so I thought it would be interesting to take the riff from that song, which I think I ended up listening to a song not called Disciple. I can't even remember, but listening to a riff and playing it backwards and then using that as inspiration to write the rest of the song. So I wouldn't really call it a ripoff, but I definitely started there.
Well, it's a really cool idea. When he told us, I was like, that's awesome. Because like Kevin was saying, like there's nothing really new because, and I firmly believe this, like in songwriting and any creative idea, it's like, even if you are in your conscious state of mind, like being completely original and not ripping anything off, it's still a combination of all the influence that you have musically in your life, and no matter what you're writing, you're pulling from subconscious influences. So to take something conscious like that and be like, I'm gonna do something creative with this, I think is awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, here's a pointless thought that just I don't know where my mind has been here the last little bit. I guess now that I'm just older, I just think weird things. Like I just want to surf on top of the bus. But like, you know how there's rhymes in English,
Right.
obviously, that are cool and that kind of bring out certain things.
Yes.
And we were talking about Jesus hanging on the cross and how he actually said, you know, God, why have you forsaken me, was actually Psalm 22, which is actually a song. So people have sung that lyric, you know, throughout the
Old
ages
Testament,
in
yep.
Hebrew, which would be Eloi,
Eloi,
lama sabachthani,
yeah.
or whatever, which may be rhymed.
Yeah.
And
Sing it. Eloi, Eloi.
lama sabachthani. Yeah. If that's how you actually, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but let's say that it maybe rhymes. How, when you think about being creative, and it's not been done yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It blows my mind to think about. I'm like,
Jesus did a cover song.
I don't. Yeah,
On the cross.
That, and then just how in English there's all these rhymes, and it makes for cool alliteration and things like that.
Yes.
Like writing a song in French, because what are some cool things like that I've never appreciated or experienced, because I'm limited in my knowledge.
I think like certain languages, like Spanish for sure, is very geared towards rhyming because they have so many of the same suffixes, and so there's like these 4 and 5 syllable words that are for us in English. 4 and 5 syllable words are normally like highbrow words. You know what I mean? Like
yes, they are
scholarly words.
You get points on this podcast for 4 syllable, 5 syllable words.
Correct, but in Spanish, like so many words are 4 and 5 syllables that everyone knows, and so you can write these more conversational type songs with these long words that have these great sounding rhymes at the end.
Let me ask you this, and if you guys already covered this, forgive me for westing. I was taking medicine, and so I had to leave the room. But whenever a song that's written in English is translated to Spanish, how do they know it's gonna rhyme?
They have to take liberties. They don't. A lot of times they don't do a direct translation. They'll like kind of tweak some of the phrasing so that it does kind of sync up rhythmically.
Mind blown.
And then sometimes it just doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
that's true.
It's like when Jennifer Lopez released her album in Spanish. It was called Jennifer Lopez. They had to take some liberties there.
Yep.
When we do some European trips and go to churches and go to a church and they're doing praise and worship, like a song that but then they got it listed up, where you can follow along in whatever foreign language that we're singing in, Latvian, Estonian, whatever it may be, and you're like, oh, this did rhyme, but now it doesn't, and you're singing it in this new way. It's actually really cool.
It's cool because to me, it's like the feeling in a song is normally from the melody and the delivery of the vocal, right? Like the lyric can definitely contribute to it, but I feel like the melody is what makes you feel something usually, because you can hear songs in other languages that you don't even know and be like, that's like really emotional.
Volare. Sorry.
Yeah, totally. Or like, what's
cantare.
Or like,
you want me to keep going?
No. Or like Ave Maria, you know that song?
Yes,
like,
of course.
Incredibly emotional. I don't know what they're saying. You know what I mean? But it's just the way that.
Yeah, you do. You just said it.
They say that.
They said that.
Did they say that?
There,
Is that in the
over.
song?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that was the English version.
Also, I'm a dummy. It would be Hennifer, not Yennefer. That would be the European way.
That's a good point.
I just texted Steve, so
cool.
Cut this part out, but I told him that we're probably almost ready for him.
Okay, great.
Steve.
So yeah, so it's been we're on a long run right now. We're on a 3.5 week run, which we haven't done in a while.
And we're exhausted.
Just been running nonstop. Let's see, it's been
Did we
like
do
a week
7
and a
shows
half.
in a row?
We
8
did
shows in a row?
7 shows in a row if you count the acoustic show.
Mm-hmm.
Which, on the note of acoustic shows, we've been doing a lot more of those recently, and we're getting. This is not tooting our horn, but like we're getting better and better at it.
Toot, toot.
Choo choo.
Choo, choo, toot, toot. Please tell me we've told that story on this
I'm
podcast.
sure we
had
have.
to have told us.
I'm sure we have. I'm positive.
Have we, listeners?
Sound off. Okay, I think we have.
Yeah.
But no, acoustic shows are really fun, and we did one last night for some folks in Reno, and then they went and showed us up after we finished by showing us their competitive singing group.
Everyone that was in attendance was a part of the same competitive singing group.
Yeah, and they start doing some hymn, and it was just
And they're
amazing.
all like phenomenal musicians, and the girl was like an amazing piano player.
Incredible piano player.
It really explains the light applause that we got after each song.
Exactly. Like, oh, that's all right, I guess.
Like golf clap. Next song.
Yeah. Next, go on. But it is a lot of fun, and just so you know, as a listener and probably a fan of Disciple, if you're listening to this, you can book us for an acoustic show, and it's very easy, and it's not as crazy as you would think, and you can have us in your house, at your church, anywhere you would like. We'll play acoustic for you, and it's a lot of fun. We do a lot more like talking between songs and telling jokes and stuff, and just kind of goofing off than we do at a normal Disciple show.
All the jokes you've heard here today will be told at your house once again.
And if you would like to inquire about that, you can contact our booking agent, Brandy, at Brandy at faabooking.com.
Yes.
Brandy.
Yes.
Is
And
how
how
you
do you spell
spell
it?
her
FAA?
FAA.
Cool. All right. I was making sure.
BOOKING period COM. Brandy at faabooking.com.
There it is.
That was spelling bee style.
To clarify, there's not a DOT anywhere in there. It's just a.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Department of Transportation.
Origin of definition, please.
It's good. It's good. So we're gonna move into a new segment, and
We're gonna take a break.
we'll take a little break. Yeah.
Take a break. Give them some
We'll come right back.
Give them some elevator music.
Here it comes.
Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da da do boom boo da la da 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 do do boo do do ba boo da boo dee boo da do do da boo da na do 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 do.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes.
So
A little bit of latency.
Is that okay?
Do you have it on 1024?
I sure don't.
Hey, can we fix the latency? This is Steve from Wolves Gate here. We need to make sure that
Oh
this.
shoot.
Come on.
Production team, can you
Yes.
guys take care of that?
Okay, seriously.
Okay, thank
Get
you.
this. I don't want him walking away thinking that
No,
this is
no, no,
like,
definitely
this
not.
like
Definitely
low
not.
B budget.
But we will put a gate on his voice
Will we? Okay.
because
yeah.
the band he's in. So
because
I'm
when he
gonna
starts
leave
to
all
wail,
this because it's great.
because when he starts to wail
if you
and,
have-
and whine and howl.
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
understand.
How will we know?
Oh.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so we have a friend of ours here. Well, he's at least our best mate.
At the very least.
And his name is Steve. How do you say your last name?
Kabuchi.
Steve Kombucha from Wolves at the Gate. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Lead singer. I guess. Well, what do you consider yourself in the band? Because Nick is, and only a vocalist. You are a vocalist as well. So how do y'all delegate that in terms of title?
It's like a motorcycle with a sidecar. I'm the guy in the sidecar.
That's good. Steve plays guitar and does most of the melodic singing in Wolves at the Gate. And if you haven't heard Wolves at the Gate, you're missing out. And he and his bandmates are riding on our bus for this tour. So we've been getting to know them.
Hey, really quick for tax purposes, what's your full name for the?
Steve Kabuchi.
No, full name like driver's license
Stephen Michael Kabuchi.
and your social security number.
1.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's how they got me.
I was the first one, so it's 1.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. You're the most social guy I know for sure.
And what's the last 4 on your credit card?
I
What
wouldn't
do
be
you-
worried about Social Security at all. People like you.
yeah. Social security. Oh my gosh. That's good.
I wouldn't even be concerned.
So
It'll be fine.
describe in 7 words your experience on Disciples Bus so far.
7 words.
1.
Dad, jokes are plentiful here.
6.
Oh, I thought I already did the
Not the was one of them.
Oh.
Oh, it's the 7th.
It's kind of a bookend there. Yeah, and on your side. Okay. Yep.
Bad jokes are plentiful here.
So Steve has just confirmed for all you listeners that what you are hearing on these episodes is exactly real life, and it is not an act. We have been getting the Wolves guys. We've contaminated them with our hockey gaming. It's getting out of control. This morning I woke up. Steve is the first one awake. I'm the second one awake. I walk up here. I don't know how many hours he had been up here, but he's playing the NHL training by himself against the
Doing
computer,
practice drills.
practicing. Like, and he is sitting as close to the TV as you can sit.
I'm so proud.
Andrew is loving this. It was amazing. I was like, dude.
It's because slowly buttons have been revealed to us and things that we can do.
Only when you were ready.
When I'm ready. I do feel like a Padawan, yes.
Yeah, Yoda didn't teach Luke how to double backflip right away, did he? I mean,
Yeah, but Luke wasn't trying to beat Yoda in NHL, so
that's a good point. No, we've been on this run. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Yoda did say size matters not, but I don't think he would have made a very good goalie.
That's really good.
Unless he was allowed to use the Force, then it would probably would have been easy.
I don't know if anyone can disallow Yoda from using the Force. That's tricky.
He would have been an enforcer.
Oh, nice. See, look, I told you, man. Joey's taking the mantle.
My face
hide my
legitimately hurts right now.
Yeah, Kevin's like got tears in his
I am
eyes.
tired. This podcast has worn me out. My face hurts. My eyes hurt. My
We
teeth,
also just
everything.
had some Wendy's for lunch, so that might have contributed to just the slothiness.
That chili's full of the gas they give you at the dentist.
So Steve, what is Wolves up to now? Like, are you guys working on a new album? Like, what's to come?
in the back lounge.
Yeah.
The bus gets royalties from it.
Yeah.
You get the credit.
Yeah, what do we call the studio back there?
Yeah.
The back lounge.
Phyllis.
The bus's name is Phyllis, so maybe like
Phyllis.
Studio Phyllis, Room B.
Yeah, Phyllis Room B.
Phyllis Room B.
Well, I've been calling it either Dive Bomb Studio B or the Ranch Studio B. Just got to pay homage to
Dive Ranch.
Yeah.
The dive
the
ranch.
Ranch Bomb.
Ranch bomb. New at Taco Bell.
I don't know what that is, but you could sell it in the South for sure.
New at Taco Bell, the Ranch Bomb.
Straight up.
Beef, cheese, tortillas, lettuce, and tomato as you've never had them before.
Okay, so
No.
yeah, back to the
Back to
original
Joey's question. No, Joe. Yeah, we've heard some stuff that you've been working on, and why don't you just tell people what is happening?
What is happening is we're working on some new material and actually a lot of vocal tracking because I wrote a lot of the music at home, and so I bought a special little rig to do some work on some new music. Now, I didn't anticipate to be this productive, so
You've been very productive.
yeah, I'm very
I'm
excited.
jealous of your production, for sure.
So, how does it work? People always ask us, I'm sure, but you live in New Jersey, and your Nick lives in Ohio, and Abishai lives in Nashville. So I assume it's probably kind of like we do things, which is just kind of, as we're together, we take advantage of our together time, and then when we're apart, we try to work on stuff apart. But is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, a Dropbox is just, that's where I throw up all of our demo ideas, and they either get viewed or not viewed, listened to or not listened
You
to.
can only drop them in the box. You cannot make them pick it up.
Yeah, if it was called Listen Box, you know, that wouldn't be fair representation of what happens. But things definitely do get dropped there.
I'm glad to see that you're, still using the program to its full representation of the name.
It's actually a Mephibosheth box. Oh, come on.
Because he has no legs.
Because he got dropped.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say it's
literally just read that chapter the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Not
a
by
box?
a record label, though.
No.
Not like a mixtape.
Oh,
Getting dropped.
it's a box for droppings only.
I see.
So, are you guys far in the recording process, or did y'all just start writing for the new record, or?
No, I've been writing for a while, but then I had twins.
There you go.
So that stopped things.
Yep.
And then
And they're not around, so that's why you're being productive.
That's why I'm being productive.
You don't have any diapers to change.
Yeah, well, I don't have to start working on music at like 10 p.m. So that's it's a lot better to be creative in the daytime than at night. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there a projected release date for the new record, or I know that question gets
Yeah.
old when
Yeah.
you're doing stuff.
I mean ASAP. We're kind of in the realm of it needs to get done as soon as possible. So
Awesome.
Any working title of the next project?
like for the full length, like what the album be called? No, we're the worst at that. It's the last
I
thing.
saw LP4 on the
LP4.
Instagram story the other day, so it's the LP4.
Or we're the worst at that. It's not so bad.
We are the worst at that. Wolves at the gate. We're the worst at that.
If I was in the store, I'd be
Volume 1.
intrigued. If I was in the iTunes store, walking around, just checking out music.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was that Stone Sour song? Track 3? Is that what they called it?
Yeah,
Track
I believe
3.
so.
It's good.
Yep, there you go. You just, the obvious thing.
This is
Sometimes it
it.
works.
Yeah.
This is it.
There's got to be something just called The Song, like a song called The Song, and then people, have you heard the song? Like that.
Well, there was the band.
That's the ultimate. Meta.
I always thought it'd be
Yeah.
genius for a brand new band, their first record to be called Greatest Hits.
That would be amazing.
So
Yeah.
if you're out there and you're actually a good band,
What's even-
don't
what-
waste it on a crappy band. Be a
Right.
good band.
Be a
and
good
do it.
band.
Greatest
Do it.
hits.
What would be even better is to have a greatest hits EP like 4 tracks. Yeah, these are the best.
Well, the Dream Theater anthology thing they released is called Dream Theater Greatest Hit, and 12 other songs.
Oh,
because they only had one song ever chart on radio.
Yeah,
like
that's
their
really
first
what
one.
it was called.
It's called Greatest Hit and
12
12 supplemental tracks, or like something funny. But it was literally HIT without the S.
Love that.
And
That's
they,
awesome.
they
What
like
if-
highlighted it on the
What if you had a
artwork.
song just called Our New Song?
Yeah.
And then if you heard, or Wolves' new song, Disciples' new song.
Yeah.
Have you heard Disciples' new song? Even though it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Have you heard
Well, I
Disciples' new
think
song?
I think Patton Oswalt has a bit about. He does have a bit about Christmas Shoes by New Song, and he's talking about the band New Song and how that's like a built-in Abbott and Costello routine. Have you heard New Song by who exactly? Or like, you know, exactly. It's you know, it's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome that Patton Oswalt
Well, I
and
think it's
New
'cause-
Song somehow made a
I
connection.
know. I think it's because Christmas Shoes gets pretty heavy rotation on like non-Christian stations, and
Yeah.
he just blasts it. I mean, it's ruthless. We need to listen to it.
Okay.
I've never seen that movie.
Which one?
Christmas Shoes.
Oh, I didn't know. It was a movie.
It is.
Song,
It's
good
actually
movie,
pretty
too.
good.
Song came first, I
It's,
think.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
All right.
it's a cry fest.
Makes you cry fast.
Yeah, cry fest. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
I know you did.
I'm on a cry fast right now. Can't do it.
I have not seen you cry in a long time.
I'm really struggling to say words. It's like after I drink coffee, all my words go
Maybe.
to like I'm from the north.
Maybe. It's okay. We're in North Nevada right now, so. Also,
Yes,
sorry for
which,
saying.
yes,
pissing-
you can't, like we say Nevada, and you can't say that when you're in the state because
very true.
you'll get corrected.
You
It is
actually get
Nevada.
taken to the border and kicked out.
Yes, if you say Nevada back home, everybody looks at you like you're weird, and so you have to switch
Right.
back. But then when you're out here, it's Nevada.
Yeah.
Huh.
For fans of Wolves of the Gate that are listening that may want to know more
If you're still listening.
about the band and all that, we need to ask Steve some more questions.
Where'd y'all get your brand name? I'm just kidding. I don't want to
You gotta
know.
do that. You got to do it. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
See, Wolves of the Gate is a really clever band name, though. So, like, it's not like...
Yes.
I'm not going to mention other band names. So, it's
Well,
not
no.
like other
I
band
think it's
names.
okay to say that like there are band names that are easy to decipher. Not making a decipher down joke, but seven day slumber. It's like God rested on the 7th day. That one's pretty easy. Right? Red.
Blue was taken.
Right. By Eiffel 65, 1999.
Yeah.
Man, if, if
1,000
things
foot crutch.
if things would have gone differently, we could have wound up with the Red Man Group.
The Red Man.
Oh, man.
I think they actually lived here before, many moons ago, before the settlers came. They were very, very prevalent in Nevada. It's history. I don't know. I just watched The Revenant.
Obama's coming in right now. Run.
All right,
Okay,
Wolves of the
I
Gate, where'd
guess
you get
this
your
is
band
all-
name? I heard the story already, but I want to hear it again.
So
And did y'all have this name when you first started, or did it take y'all a while to like get
Okay.
this name?
well, that's good because our first band name was a joke, and we were called Good. What?
A joke?
We are a joke.
How are you going to...
Well, it was a joke band name. We were called Goodnight Doctor because my dad always said that he'd bang his head on something. He'd go, "Good night, doctor." And I was just like,
his like
His swear phrase.
euphemism.
yeah. And I was like, where did that come from? And so we just needed a name because like when I was in college, the first show we ever did was a house show at the house I lived in, and they packed it full of people, and they're like, "What's your name?" And I was like, that was the only thing I could think of.
Did your dad love the fact that you named your band after his swear phrase?
He goes, "I don't say that." And he totally does. Sometimes Goodnight Nurse.
Really?
I don't.
That is
Different generation. I don't know.
Oh, man.
So
Gotta let that one go.
Yeah, so naturally we needed a real band name. Yeah, and so
Wolves at the Gate is one of the coolest band names out there. It's got a high cool factor.
that's cool.
Very high cool factor.
That's good to know because I think everybody always feels like dumb about their band name because it's you.
Well, since ours is dumb, it's fine.
See, there it is. Case in point.
Yeah.
So how'd you get to it?
So I was reading through Acts and in Acts 20, towards the end of the chapter, Paul's leaving on one of his missionary journeys, and he says to the church that he's leaving, he says, when he leaves, savage wolves will come in amongst the flock and seek to distort the truth of the gospel. And for us, we saw that as really cool imagery. And so it's the idea of the wolves at the gate. The wolves are the ones who are really at the throat of what the truth of the gospel is. People who are, I mean, in our country we can see it. American Christianity is completely messed up and flipped upside down. And so we saw that in our culture, and also in some of it in Christian music too, that the gospel was being used for profit or being used for every other purpose except for what the gospel's for, which is salvation, the salvation of sinners. And so that's where we got the idea of Wolves at the Gate. And our first record, we read that section of scripture, and at the end we said, we're not the wolves at the gate, we're the ones who face them. And
so when people say, hey, you are wolves at the gate, do
Yeah.
you always just say, no, we're not?
no, I'm not. I don't know those guys. Yeah, it is.
We're
It
the
is
ones
kind
who
of so
face
cool.
wolves at the gate.
Yeah,
Wolves at the gate is my alter ego that gets on stage and performs. And I get off and I fight them.
we like some people haven't understood it because we call our fans the Wolf Pack, and they're like, no, it can't be, because the wolves are the ones who are against the gospel. And I'm like, okay, like I get that, but
Then you're like, no, the
you wanna-
NWO,
yeah.
bro.
Do you want us to call you
Sting.
the Sheep's Pen? I don't know.
Sheep's pen.
I think the Wolf Pack just sounds cooler. It's still our band name.
That's good.
It's a great band name.
Yes, agreed.
It doesn't even matter
Very
what you
amazing.
sound like when you have a band name like that.
And Wolves at the Gate by far has the coolest merch out of any band I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
that's not a lie. Like for
Consistently.
years,
Very
we've
cool
like
symbol.
always, like, especially in Germany, and just whenever we see your stuff on Facebook, we're like, oh my gosh, like they have great shirts and just really cool, out of the box kind of designs. I feel like, I don't know.
You guys brand hard.
You brand really well, yeah.
See, but little do you know that the shirt I'm wearing right now I've owned for maybe 8 years. I have 5 or 6.
Yes.
And then the shirt underneath is probably a shirt from a band that gave me a shirt. And it's Norma Jean.
Yeah.
So on any given moment, I'll be wearing one of 2 pair of black jeans I own, or one of 2 blue jeans I own, and a band we've toured with, and a flannel shirt. So
Yeah,
there you
not
go.
the most stylish guy.
So what you're saying is your band's shirts are way cooler than your actual clothes.
Yes.
Has
That's
King
okay.
Midas ever sued you guys for stealing his symbol? Yeah,
Was that was it Midas or Poseidon?
Could have been Poseidon. Has he sued you? Could have been that guy.
you?
Which one? Hey, which one is Ariel's dad?
Which that's Poseidon. Yeah.
Poseidon, okay,
How many
yes.
kings have you been sued by? Is the question.
I'll tell you what, we can't play.
Triton. That's it. King
We
Triton.
can't play underwater anymore.
Dude.
We've been banned from all like deep sea shows.
That's a bummer,
Yeah.
but it's probably safe.
What are you doing?
He looked.
Andrew's like
Drew's
leaning
standing over us,
Oh,
like,
he
yeah.
turned into Rodney Dangerfield so fast. I have never seen Rodney Dangerfield in person until just now. He was just like,
Steve was like literally leaning to the side because
respect.
Andrew was leaning over him saying that.
I was trying to like be heard in the mic. I don't have headphones on, so I'm like, "Is this working?"
Not only dad jokes, but also real life dads.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Actual dads.
Three dads in the room now.
Yep.
My Three Dads.
My 3 days.
It's a great movie.
Is that a real movie?
I think so.
3 Men and a Baby.
3 Men and a Baby. That's it.
My 3 dads. That is the name of this episode. That's happening.
Pretty different.
That's clickbait if I've ever heard it.
We always, every episode, I'm like listening for like what's gonna be the clickbait like title of the episode. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I
Well
have
done.
tears coming out my
Well
eyes
done.
now. Wow.
Well, it's because My 3 Sons was like a TV show, right? And so you confuse that with 3 Men and a Baby, and maybe some Mr. Mom in there. I don't know.
Oh, I'm
2
dizzy.
guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Yep, exactly. All that's just wrapped into it.
Oh, my face hurts so
That
bad.
is fantastic.
You've had a few things like that so far on this episode. That's like the third time you've said something.
Dude, I am in outer space, man.
They will say
right
the
now.
right thing. He goes, "Oh, that's it."
That's the thing.
Outer Space Man.
Oh,
God, dude, I'm crying right now.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
seriously gonna need a nap after this podcast.
Yeah. We should do a napcast one time.
We should.
Or we just put our mics down on the floor in the bunk area and
Listen
just go sleep.
to us breathe.
Yeah.
Hey, did any of you guys ever, like, when you were dating? Because please tell me you don't do this as a married person, but like,
Okay.
I mean, maybe
I'm
you
scared.
do. Do you do it like where you stay on the phone with the person?
I did that when I was dating.
And then you don't tell them goodnight. You just go to sleep on the phone with each other.
It happened a few times.
That was when it was a landline and minutes didn't count against you.
That's true.
Or,
That's very true.
Actually, I used to have an alarm on my phone to let me know that the minutes were free after 9 o'clock
That's smart.
back in the day.
Nice.
There you go.
And I, like my girlfriend, I'd be like, hey, I'm not calling you till after 9, so won't talk to you till then.
That's good.
They were not
Drink
the
some
most.
coffee.
They were not the most interesting conversations.
No. Oh, no. Definitely not.
You're fighting the slumber.
Yeah. What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you thinking about?
It's 3
I'm
a.m.
just over here playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, trying to listen to you.
Pretending like I'm listening to you. I'm doing really awesome this video game, but I can't tell you
It
about
really
it.
was a thing though. Like I feel like in middle school, high school, that age, like just to be on the phone was like just a thing.
Oh yeah, the
You were
day
just
I
like-
got my own phone in my room.
You would just be on the phone
Was-
and not even talk, right? Like
Yep.
that was a
Yeah.
thing.
No,
I think-
I hate the phone. I've
You hate the
always
phone?
hated it, yeah.
Yeah,
The phone hates you, I hear. I
Yeah.
mean,
Amen.
I'm definitely in the same boat. I hate talking on the phone, and my girlfriend Ashley currently, she'll like totally call me out every time. She's just like, you're getting ready to get off the phone, aren't you? Because I'll start saying certain words, and my thing is I'll be like, well, cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I always
you're
say,
like,
well,
you're
cool.
starting to wrap it up.
You have tails.
Like unconsciously, and as soon as I say that, she's like, okay, I'll let you go. I know your ADD's getting to you now.
She's got you pinned, bro.
Dude, she knows.
that's
She knows it.
That's cute.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Phones, man. So weird. And nowadays, no one has a landline.
Nope.
I mean,
What's the point?
the person, there's got to be someone's job at a company still to sell the landlines, like to somebody.
Yeah.
And that person just sits all day.
And they have cobwebs like coming from their nose to their desk.
Couple more questions for you. So, how many albums have you guys done so far?
We have 3 full lengths and then a whole bunch of EPs, like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
You had Tooth and Nail EPs?
All of them are on Tooth and Nail because the first release we ever did was what we got signed off of, and they picked us up and
Okay.
picked up that EP.
that's cool.
And so the new album will be with Tooth and Nail as well?
Yeah, we just
Solid State or Tooth and Nail? I know it's the same thing, but which one?
So I think it's Solid State.
Solid State?
I really don't know.
It's the
And-
same people.
And how is you see yourself doing this for quite a little while longer?
As much as I can.
Awesome. We get asked that question all the
Yeah.
time, so I figured.
Yeah. When are y'all gonna hang it up?
So when y'all gonna be done?
When
not anytime soon.
when it makes sense to hang it up, I guess, and or when you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too.
Oh, that'll be never.
Yeah. Well, it's like too great an opportunity to, like, if somebody still wants to support us making records and there's people that want to buy it, it's like,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
That's what's funny to me. Is
The
like, I
day
feel
they
like-
stop buying is the day that you should probably quit.
well, I feel like the people who ask that kind of question, like, when are y'all going to be done, are the people who aren't even going to know when you quit. Like, they're not paying attention anyway.
they're
you know
the
what I mean?
ones that go, hey, come play a show in New Mexico. It's like, we were there last night.
Right.
or it could be somebody that's afraid that you're going to hang it up soon and they don't want you to.
That's possible.
Very true.
I'll give you that.
And they definitely don't want you to make an April Fool's post about how you're breaking up.
I would
and-
never do that to our fans. Twice.
We did that once. It was very, very mean. Yeah.
Children crying. Reports of children crying over it.
It was pretty funny to watch the comments rolling in.
It was Twitter trending.
Yeah. No.
I think it is.
All right.
I
So,
remember there's a blue
what
check
kind
mark
of
behind every post.
hair product do you use to dye your beard red?
It's a DNA. I don't know what that stands for.
It's a DNA dye. Is that
Yeah.
from your mother's side or your father's side?
Probably my mom, because my dad's 100% Italian, my mom's like Irish, European, so I think dad's got,
Scalp.
got the scalp, and mom gave me the.
Have you ever done one of those DNA tests?
Yeah, I actually just got that as a gift for Christmas.
23andme.com?
I don't know.
Or Ancestry or one of those.
Ancestry.
Let's see it. Do you have that
No,
phone
I
app? Yeah.
didn't do it because.
He hasn't been able to spit since he got it, so it's...
Oh, I thought it was blood.
Oh, is it blood? I think
It's-
you
oh,
just
it's
spit.
spit.
You just
It's
spit in a
spit.
vial.
You spit
Yeah.
in a vial and send it off.
Well, we were all gonna do it together, but my dad's like, I don't want them. obviously we all know who them are. We don't want them to have my DNA.
Big brother.
Nice.
And that became the conversation, and then it didn't happen. And I think my brother's the only one who's done it, and he found out he was adopted.
So did he really
that's
did
hilarious.
get his results back?
Me.
I think so.
Was
yeah.
there anything surprising in there that you
Oh,
were
he
from
didn't tell
somewhere?
me. Yeah,
He
I don't
didn't tell you?
know. Yeah.
Because I did mine, and it was like so surprising. There's all this stuff that I was like. Well, only reason I thought of it, you said your dad was 100% Italian,
Yeah.
and your mom was what?
She's Irish, European.
Yeah, okay.
All that.
So I've been told my whole life that I was like all this kind of like Native American, and
Mhm.
it turns out it's 0.1%
Oh,
Native
bummer.
American. So it was like my whole family is like.
Can't be a Braves fan
My
anymore.
whole family's like, great grandmother on both sides, full-blooded Cherokee Indian, so you got to, I'm like, you're going to get some, whatever. It's like, no,
Yeah.
guys, that missed me. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we're very sure about my dad's side because my great grandparents came through Ellis Island, so their names are
what?
yeah.
That's so cool.
yeah, so their names are there, and we went there, and I saw it as a kid, and we
that's awesome.
actually have their certificate.
That's so
and I got
cool.
to know them too, so I think they
Your great-grandparents.
yeah, I think they died when I was I think my great grandmother died when I was about 5 or 6, but I knew
Came
them.
from Ireland, you were saying?
No, Italy.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
the dad's side. Okay.
Yeah, the dad's side.
So does anybody speak Italian, granddad?
Yeah, my grandmother and grandfather speak Italian. My grandmother speaks it better because her mother didn't speak English well at all. And so, yeah, I was a little kid that I just knew the things I had to say to greet them. Like, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Está bene? And I'd say it. Everything I knew, I just wasn't paying attention. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Está bene? That's it.
You have to
Right,
you
yeah.
have to sing Italian to speak it. That's why you're a singer. You just literally sang the
Margarete.
Italian phrases that you knew. You sang them to us just now. You can't speak Italian and not sing it.
It's a very musical language.
You know what's the Star Wars spoof that Family Guy does when they're
Blue Harvest or
when they're
whatever?
making fun of the Italians? They're singing it. It's like you know.
Boopity
They
boppy.
sounded like.
that's exactly impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot on. That's awesome.
What was that YouTube thing that we just saw the other day where the girl was singing in English what she thought was for a American Idol tryout, and she thought she was singing
the Christina Aguilera song? Was that what it was?
Ken Lee?
Ken Lee.
Yeah, I can't
Which
live
I live it without you.
I can't live.
I can't leave.
What?
It's
I
that
didn't
Mariah
miss
Carey
this.
song.
I can't live
Can't
if living
live
is without
if
you.
living is without you. I can't live anymore. And this girl on European,
Or maybe
East
Asian,
Asian Idol or whatever.
Idol, I don't know.
She's doesn't speak English, and she does that song, and she tries to sing the words in English, and
Yeah,
she's
I can't live.
not singing very great, and she goes, "Ken Lee, I live it without you. Ken Lee,
It's pretty
can't live anymore."
And the poor girl, you feel sorry for her because she doesn't know.
yeah,
she's
she's
trying.
just trying,
She's
She says,
and they're all laughing at her like they do, like we are. We're all going to hell, so it's
Yep.
fine.
and then the verse is like, "Oh, my song to reach you, oh, da di jing ka to reach you." And not even. And then
Andrew
the end,
Stanton with the impressions.
the people
On
on
point.
the panel go like, "What language is that?" And she goes, "English." And they go, "No, that wasn't."
Try again.
Amazing.
That's good.
So good.
So are you ever going to try to learn any Italian?
Probably not. Like, I'd love to say yes, but I probably won't.
That was just an honest. So no,
Yeah.
you have the desire. The spirit is willing, the flesh is weak.
That's a lyric in a Wolves at the Gate song. See, I know that one. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right? Spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak.
This is a great.
That gangster rap part we did.
The hand signals. I mean, Nick does them. So
That sounded exactly like a Wolves of the Gate song.
Nick does the one where it's up top a lot though.
Yeah, he goes big with it. No one can see us doing it, but it's cool.
This is a.
Did you tell your listeners that you're playing with us right now?
I have not told them I'm playing bass for the Wolves on this tour, and it's a lot of fun. And
You look very wolfish.
I look
Werewolves.
Yeah, it's true. Where?
Right on stage.
Oh, where wolves are.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I crash course learned the songs and just have no idea what most of the lyrics are because there's a lot of screaming and and I know the melodies, but the other day I was trying to go through and sing some of them, and it was pretty hilarious.
Please mouth the lyrics on stage.
Yeah, well, that's
completely wrong.
That's what like made me realize it, because I started like there are parts that I'm like I love, and I'm like I go to do like a mouthing, and I'm like I don't know what it is.
Sorry, a lot of our fans don't know either.
Yeah.
When it's the best. You guys have to have seen Fish Lips live.
It happens.
Yeah, it's the best when you just bring the mic to the fan and they're stoked and they realize they don't know this part, so they go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
The one actually that I noticed the most is people think, because most people that come to our shows know D-Rex. That's the song most people know. And so many people that I look out and see are singing, "Go ahead, you're never gonna break me." Even though "break me's" in the second line.
Yep.
Take me's in the first line. But I think for some reason people like think that the first line is "break me," or maybe they want it to be or something, because so much I look out and it's like, "Go ahead, you're never gonna," and they're mouthing "break me."
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Education.
I don't know. I just think it's
system.
interesting. It's like it's a weird one.
Why is Ben not out? Is that podcast if it's an answer
yeah.
we can't? Okay, go ahead.
No, yeah, Ben, he has a little boy that's young, and
Is it his son?
How many dads?
Ben can't be with us because he kidnapped.
This is the whole thing.
No, yeah, his son is young, and he wants to be home with his wife still, so we get it. But what I try not to say too much is the fact that I have twins and I'm on the road.
So he's not. He is actually saying the opposite. Yeah.
Right.
You just gotta wait
Props
for it.
to you.
You gotta wait
Props
for
to
it.
you, Steve.
As previously established, there are 3 road wearing. What is what I'm trying to say?
Dads?
There are 3 people that are fathers and they're on the road.
Speaking of people who need a nap, we're just gonna put that on the day sheet. Andrew lays down from
Road faring?
from 6 o'clock.
Road faring fathers. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh my God!
Ever since he did his Rodney Dangerfield impression.
What did you start with?
Road making. What'd you say?
I was gonna say wearing, like
road wearing.
yeah.
I mean,
Wear the road.
there's something to that.
Road
There's something
dog.
poetic about that.
No, there's
Road
not.
dog daddy.
Oh man.
Oh man, we're at an hour 20, so we
We got to get out of here,
This
man.
is a great ongoing sequence of us trying to learn the lyrics to our own band songs,
Yep.
which I've been spearheading this movement for years.
Here's a final question. Do you think you're going to take what you've learned from the Disciple Bus, which we all know is NHL 2018?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to take this information and beyond the Disciple Bus and still like play this game, with Nick and Abishai and maybe someone else? Maybe some.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get online?
Some
at
other
home?
person I haven't even thought of.
Yeah,
Exactly.
get online and let a 12-year-old cuss you out.
It happens.
That's how I need to spend my time.
Yeah, none of that producing the album in the middle of the night.
Yep.
No.
No,
So that's the question. Are you gonna take this with you?
Well, we were previously FIFA guys. Like, we loved playing FIFA with each
Right.
other. And we realized there was some reciprocity, so we're very excited that we have a whole new realm of...
5 syllables. He wins.
5-syllable word. Yeah,
Reciprocity.
that's one of our ongoing themes as well. Is a 5-syllable word.
Nice work. Steve is the winner of the podcast.
You got it right in the nick of time.
Did you see immediately you said it and we all started counting on our fingers?
Watching
I was
like,
they're either mocking me or there's a game, or both.
No,
It's both.
we're not mocking you.
We're actually proud. We're very proud of you.
Proud of you.
You've contributed great things to this episode.
I sometimes feel like an idiot when those words come out because I'm not trying to be that guy, but sometimes they just come out and I'm thankful.
Great.
Oh, Josiah already used cacophony. Unfortunately for him, it's only 4 syllables. So
Yeah, I blew it.
You
I blew it.
stink.
I think earlier I said Guadalajara.
You did not, but now you did. So
Yeah, nice work.
Steve is an elder at his church, so he has full authority by God to use all the scholarly terms.
Power
man.
invested
It's
in him.
pending,
He has
actually.
reciprocity.
It's pending.
Now, what
Elder pending.
elder status pending? Yeah. Now, what could happen on this tour that would harm your status as potential elder?
Oh, okay. Wow. Seriously.
And
How do we avoid? How do we make sure to avoid it?
yeah, I'm saying so that we can make sure to not
Yeah.
lead you into anything.
Yeah, his pastor listens to this episode and These are things that I'm not doing, Pastor.
We are parked at a casino. Have I seen Steve inside? I don't think so.
No, I haven't.
I
seen him
did
inside.
just get lunch at JR's Diner or Junior's, I'm not sure, but it's inside the casino. So if that negates my eldership, then
You came out smelling like smoke, I'm sure.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say you got like a smoked sandwich for sure.
it was actually a French dip with au jus, as they say.
oh, they do say that. They do say that.
Yeah,
Bless
it
you.
looked actually more like just dip. So I'm spitting it into a water bottle.
god.
Dear
Steve, thanks for being on the episode today, buddy.
Yeah, dude, we're really having a
Appreciate
good time, and everyone go check out Wolves at the Gate on the
Not at the
internet.
library. Buy it instead. Don't check out Wolves at the Gate.
Oh, that's a good point.
Purchase
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Turn in your library card, buy
And
the
if
album.
you stream Wolves at the Gate, then make sure to stream it at least 30 times so they make the same amount of money. There you
Right,
go.
exactly. Anything else you want to add?
It might be easier to just buy it.
Who knows? Just give it a
you go.
shot. We'll see what happens.
Wise words from Steve.
And make sure you look at the calendar and find out when City Rock Fest is coming to a town near you,
Yep.
or a city near you,
Or a province,
or a province. I don't know.
township,
Or a colony. 50 states minus 13 colonies. 47.
I think it was 13 minus 50.
Oh yeah,
30,
13 minus.
30 minus 50. Yeah, that's what she
it's
said.
good.
Or a tribal land.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it could be that.
Yep. Unclaimed territory
Unclaimed territory.
near
There you
you.
go.
City Rock Fest coming to Space, the Final Frontier. Near you.
I mean, it's
But
next.
we can't play underwater.
Oh yeah, so no, just to be
underwater
clear,
shows.
0 underwater dates. The Atlantis date was canceled. So
We'd like to iterate for the second time. No underwater dates will be had.
no.
There you go.
Guys, we're drowning. We gotta go.
Yep. Goodbye.